What's up, lifers? Michael Johnson here with the Magic for Life podcast, and I'm excited to share with you today some special insider access to our very special Magic for Life group. If you're not part of it, you can go and apply on the Facebook. There's a link in the description, but you can go apply, and if you are feeling like you're a like-minded individual and you feel like you might resonate, go and apply. There's only a few questions to get in, and you can get part of the group. Anyway, we'd love to have you there, but I recently did a class in this group that was specifically about, does everyone else in your world see your world as amazing, but you know there's more? I know what that's like. I know what it's like when you get to the top of your heap, or you get to a place where you feel like you're killing it. Everybody else is looking in going, yeah, that looks great. Everything looks great. And inside you're thinking, there's more. There's more. How do I get the more? We talk about it in this class, this master class that I presented inside the group. So like I said, if you haven't gone and joined the group, go and join. It's free, but you do have to apply. So you have to fill out the questions to get in, and we'll see if it's a good fit. And if it is, we'll let you into the group. We'd love to have you. Anyway, we're going to cut into the group. So if it feels like it's a little different, it's because I'm talking to them specifically, but we felt like this was a really great episode for you guys. And we wanted to share with you a little bit about what it's like to be inside in that special Magic for Life group. Anyway, we'll see you on the other side. Go sign up, go check out the group, and enjoy the episode. I've spent the last 20 years studying, teaching, and coaching people to find their greatness and take their lives to the next level. Along the way, it's become evident that emotions are at the root of everybody's successes and failures. Worry and fear are the enemies, and it's time to forge the armor and earn the tools to overcome the two things that could single-handedly destroy your future. Hi, my name is Michael Johnson, and I'm a life coach, a peak performance trainer, and I'm the emotions guy. It's time to take back control of how you feel, control of how you act, and control of how you experience life. It's time to become a lifer, a new breed of overachiever focused on living every minute to its fullest. We are responsible for how we feel, and no one and no thing can make us feel anything. Emotional mastery is our journey, and emotional education and intelligence is the key. We are lifers, and this is Magic for Life. I'm excited you guys are here. Hopefully everybody's getting notified, and some of you will be able to join us today and jump on and chat with us. But we have a fun subject because we're with a group of like-minded individuals here. And really, all of you guys that are in this group, I'm excited that you guys have joined us because, I've gone around and looked at what you guys are up to and seen that you guys are doing great things. And honestly, this is a group for overachievers, people that want to really change the world and really go out and do something positive. And so that's probably why you're here. And maybe you have an idea, maybe you haven't started into your business, but you're on your way. Maybe you have your idea and you're really running on it, and you know there's something more. And the topic of today's class is all about, does everyone else see that your world is amazing, but inside you know there's something more? Now you have to ask yourself, right? Because really this is a little bit of self-assessment. Remember, it's the L in lifer, learn thyself. You have to ask yourself, is there more? I found myself at the end of what was the end of my journey, at least as a professional ballroom dancer. And I found myself standing there judging a competition. I mean, I had made it to the top, right? I was one of the judges, judging the other pros, judging the other amateurs, judging this comp. And I remember looking around thinking to myself, is this it? And it was that call. It was that moment. It was that time on the floor in this moment where it was really the top of the heap. And I found myself asking, is there more? It wasn't that there was anything particularly wrong. And I want you to think about that for a second, because you guys are here. You're in this group right now because you're wanting to take it to the next level. There might not be anything particularly wrong. Now, for some of you, you've jumped on a call. I love to talk to all of you. So if you haven't responded to my message, come on now. I've messaged you. I'd love to get on and chat with you. right? I like to know the people that I'm talking to, because the way technology is, I get to sit here and talk to this screen, and I think you're out there, and I think you're listening, and hopefully you're out there. Some of you comment back, and it's great, and I love to see what you guys have to say, and when you message me and let me know what's going on. But I'd love to talk to you. So if I've messaged you, go hit me up. I want to talk. Let's chat. That's why we asked you to be in the group. We want like-minded individuals in the group, right? Birds of a feather flock together, right? And that's not a pun just because I have a duck in the top logo of this. It's not my duck. It's StreamYard's duck. So I don't, we just have to live with it for right now. So here's the thing, though. You guys are here not because there's anything particularly wrong, but because we want to make things particularly better. We know we have the ability to impact people on a higher scale. We know we have the ability to do something more than maybe we previously were yesterday. And that's the question. Are you something more today than you were yesterday? And I'm going to answer it for you. Yes. The answer is yes. You are something more. You have some incredible superpowers. In fact, right now, you are probably sitting on some superpowers that you don't even realize that you have. You might have gotten to this point using some of your other superpowers, and you might have some that are incredible that you can use to move forward and take yourself to that next level. But I assume that is why you're here. And that's why we titled this, Does Everyone Else in Your World Actually See Your World as Amazing? But maybe there's something more. But here's the thing. The outside world is the actual problem. Right? In so many instances, as we're trying to take our life to the next level, the outside world, maybe your significant other, maybe your children, maybe your business partner, maybe the media or the social media that's out there is saying to you that things are good or things are bad. And you're basing what's going on from the outside in, instead of what the real problem is, which is that you've got to base things from the inside out. And in order to do that, we have to go back and identify what it is that's going on. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking therapy. Now, there's great things from therapy. Okay, good. I'm not a fan. I like to focus on going forward. So it's cool. Some people love it. You might be great at it. Maybe you're a therapist. Maybe you've done therapy. Great. Here's what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on right now. Oh, wait, right now. No, wait, right now. Yeah, we can't miss it, right? So we've got to be on that leading edge, that little bit just in front of us, to be able to find that sweet spot of where our world and our life can be lived. Are you in that sweet spot? Ask yourself right now, are you in that sweet spot where you can live just ahead, right? Just in that moment. Because if you're living in the moment, right? I wrote a book called Every Minute, right? If you're living in the moment, you missed it. Think about that for just a second. That'll bake your noodle, as they say in the Matrix, right? If you're living in this moment, oh, it's gone. You missed it. If you're in that moment just before right now, that sweet spot, you have been in it. It is called the zone. Athletes talk about it all the time. Performers live to be in that zone, to be in that sweet spot, just in front of that minute. And that's why I named my book Every Minute, right? It's every minute that's coming, not every minute that was. It's amazing how powerful you are when you can get into that sweet spot of alignment and in that place where you can actually operate in this space where all of you starts to come out. For years, I've been privileged to teach high-level, championship-level dancers and athletes in other forms, but mostly dancers. And the cool part is that if I can get them into that space, the best stuff that they can do comes out. And it's incredible to watch. And so I teach from the core, from the inside out, the stuff that upgrades them. And then I give them that ability to go out on the floor and actually be able to attain that space, right? They have to have those skills. And so when I say I give them, I only mean that I present to them the skills they need, they upgrade themselves, and then they go and they work to get in that space. And when they achieve that space, oh man, the things that can come from it. Again, a lot of times people call it the zone. I like it. It's that zone that's right there, just in front of you. Not quite far out in the future, not quite now because you missed it, but just in front. And it is amazing. Our COO for Magic for Life had one of these experiences, and it was incredible to watch. She was a professional dancer as well, but when she was younger, in winning a couple of championships of her own. I remember one particular comp where they walked out on the floor in the first round because you have to get through cuts. And as they went out on the first round, everybody started thinking as they watched them, holy cow, what is that? We've never seen them dance like that. They came off the floor and both her and her partner were like kind of in this space. So how did that feel? They were like, it was good. It's good. It just kind of like glazed over, right? Like a good donut. Yeah. Just kind of there, but not really like there, right? All of a sudden I'm craving Krispy Kremes. Okay, so you get into that next round. They went out on the floor and all of a sudden the audience started to notice it and it lit up. And all of a sudden they started doing things that they don't normally do. They came off the floor and I went, where the heck did that come from? I've never seen you do that before. They're like, I don't know. I said, well, don't think about it. Just go do it again. They went out, they did even more, and more of them showed up and more of them came out than ever had before, because as they found that sweet spot just in front of where they were and in that place where they were in complete alignment with themselves and with what they wanted, they were able to perform at the highest level possible and do some things that they had never done before and accomplish some feats that they had never accomplished before. I believe that day they beat and won a division higher than their age division. I believe that day was the first day they beat a couple that they had never beaten up until that point. They had a day, man, they had a day, and it was exciting and it was inspiring to watch, because what had happened was we had upgraded their internal system, all of the things that they needed from the core, from the inside out, so that they could take their world, their thing that they were working on, to the next level. And as they did that, they opened themselves up to being in that space, in that zone, in that special, just leading edge of where we exist. And they were able to pull out those skills that they had worked and practiced and attained previously, but hadn't put it all together. Now I know if you're here, because the type of people that I have invited to this group, I know you've experienced this before, and I know you've had a moment where you have experienced this before. If you haven't, really think, because really, I know we resonated on a similar vibration, so to speak, right? If you want to talk like scientific, that we found each other, that I found you and you got into this group. And I'm excited and privileged to have you here. And I respect the fact that you have had one of these experiences in something, somewhere. If not, you know it's coming. You can feel it coming. And either way, here's the thing. Here's what I came to tell you about today. You ready for it? It's a little rough. It's a little rough, but I'm going to give it to you like it is. Because if someday we were to work with each other, you'd want to know that I was going to tell you straight up, so I'm going to start right now. I'll just tell you straight up. The real problem that us overachievers, us high achievers, us entrepreneurs that are taking the world to a different level and impacting people on a different plane, the real problem for us is when we give the outside world our power. Now, let me say it in a much more impactful, much more slap across the face sort of way. When you say it's somebody else's fault. When you say, that's not me, it was because of this. When you blame the outside, when it's her fault or his fault or their fault, when you're putting fault to things, you are working outside in. As you start to put fault on yourself, it's still not going to help. So what's the solution? Well, we have to learn thyself, right? It's the lifer creed. It's our actual premise, right? That's why I call you lifers. Welcome aboard if you're a new lifer, right? Learn thyself. That's the L. And as we move forward and we imagine the possibilities, things are going to show up that are going to challenge us. And in those moments, we've got to free our mind. And this is one of them. So I am challenging you right now. Free your mind. And here's why. Because you have to step up right now and go, I'm not at fault. They're not at fault. So when you have those gurus out there that are saying it's not your fault, first of all, I don't believe them. Second of all, they're right. What? Because it's not about fault. It's about starting to understand that what is happening right now, and the reason you're here and the reason you're listening to this and the reason that crappy thing that you deemed or gave meaning to being crappy yesterday or the day before is because you gave it meaning and you decided that it was crappy. You decided, not somebody else, not the outside in, but from the inside out. You decided it was crappy. You gave it meaning, and you can give it new meaning. And I know this is assertive, right? Today I'm on a roll today. I'm on a little bit of a rant, and I'm saying, hey, listen up, entrepreneurs, all of you like-minded individuals that are here joining me in this group. We are going to change the world. If you're not up for it, you're welcome to leave. It's okay. I'm sure there's some other groups that'll baby you along, and it'll be all right. But in this group, we're here to impact the world. We're here to change our world. We're here to change the world around us and make a difference. And in order to do that, we have to start to look at the things that are going on and not place fault, but figure out how to enjoy it. How to understand it was here for a reason. And here's the tricky part, how to realize we individually brought it to our world. That's a little bit tough to take, because that means that crappy thing that you assigned the crappy meaning to, you brought it, you created it, you made it happen. And that's going to put a bee in some people's bonnet, but that's okay. I don't care. I know it's true, and you know it's true too. You can actually think about that a little bit. You can actually experience that a little bit, and you know that's true also. Guys, it is time to kick it up a notch. That's why you're here. That's why you joined the group. If you haven't yet, go get the Lifer PDF. It's a little ebook. It tells all about a lifer. If you haven't gotten it, just throw a hashtag lifer at the bottom of this if you haven't gotten it, and we will make sure that you can go pick it up. It's free. It's free. It's time to impact the world. It's time to make a change. And if you haven't chatted with me, we should chat. We should have a conversation. I'd like to get to know you. I want to know who's in my group. If we haven't chatted yet, look in your messenger, because I bet you I sent you a message. And if I didn't, for goodness sake, send me a message. We should chat. We should get on the phone. Yes, like actually on a call. I know, crazy, right? I'll make the time. I'll make the time. I invited you to the group. I'll make the time. We'll find a place. We'll find a time. We can chat. Guys, let's impact the world. Let's step up. Let's start looking from the inside out. And let's kick things up a notch. I hope you have a great weekend, and I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know how things are going. Go find the magic for life. We'll see you next time. Take care. Happiness is a choice. Sadness is a choice. All emotions are a choice. Sometimes doing our emotions doesn't seem like it's our choice, but it is. You have control. You are the captain of your ship, and you must learn how to be the best captain you can be. Let me show you how. Pick up your free copy of my new book, Every Minute, at everyminutebook.com.